working from home today and just popped out to Starbucks to get myself something nice for a snack. I've got some meetings starting this afternoon, so I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'll get back to work. I'm actually pre-recording this video because we're getting married over the summer, so July and August we'll be getting married, going on honeymoon, so I'm just recording a couple more videos so that I can post whilst I'm at home, and then I won't need to worry about a wedding and a vlog. Carrot cake. Fork. Stevie, get out of it. Right, really unusual for me. I'm left with all the cream cheesy frosting thing and it's actually getting too sweet. Normally I feel like I could eat a whole carrot cake just of the frosting. Oh, obviously still gonna finish it anyway, but yeah, it's getting quite sweet. I've had people message before asking why I always finish everything. Like if I'm feeling a bit sick or it's getting a bit sickly, why do I force myself to eat it? And for me, I'm still not in a place where I can trust like body signals or my thoughts and anything telling me not to eat, basically, because even if it's a truly legitimate reason why I'd want to stop, anorexia would still like snatch onto that and it would be a bit of a foot in the door. So the next time I came to eat carrot cake, I'd be like, oh, well, last time the frosting made you feel a bit sick, so you left it. And I'd probably just cut it straight off and be like, so you're leaving that. Anorexia still has too much hold over how I eat my food for me to just be leaving bits and bobs. So yeah, just for me in recovery, it's a straight rule that I always finish what's on my plate. And yeah, don't give anorexia an inch, basically. Whew. I'm just gonna go and get a drink quickly to like wash it down. Got a water. To me, I think one of the worst parts of an eating disorder is that sense of isolation. And this feels like a really horrible topic for a video, but it's real. Like, it's such a big part of an eating disorder, and honestly one of the worst parts for me. And yeah, I just feel like we're not here to make eating disorders look cool, you know, like they are shit and they do leave you isolated and reclusive and like a little hermit, and like you push people away and emotionally you're detached from people. So yeah, I thought I'd just record a video about it. And like, it's not a comfortable topic, it's not a happy topic, but I have been conscious recently about not wanting to make eating disorder recovery look attractive or cool or easy, or like you can suppress your body weight, like hold your body below the weight it wants to be and restrict your food and still live your life and have friends and have a job and have a relationship. Like, it doesn't work. Like, eating disorders are consuming and they do isolate you and take you away from the world and the people in it and the people you care about. So yeah, gonna record a video on this. So I guess socially it like makes sense that we're kind of isolated and just not into social situations. If you're like restricting your food, suppressing your body weight in any way, even if you're in a healthy BMI range, if you're still suppressing the weight that your body would be healthy and happy at, your brain doesn't care for socializing in these situations. All your brain and your body want to do is get you to eat and get you to gain weight. So you're just thinking about food all the time, planning your meals, obsessing about food and calories, fantasizing over what you're going to eat and what you're allowed to eat. Like, you really don't give a shit whether someone's just been on holiday or bought a new pair of shoes. Like, all your brain is saying is eat, 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 eat. Don't go and socialize, just go and eat. So certainly for me, when I'm really ill, like, I can socialize and I just have no interest in it. Like, people are talking and I'm only really half taking in what they're talking about because I'm either looking at food if it's out there or just thinking about my own food. Like, I'm never really present, I'm just distracted with food all the time. And that's the other big problem, is socializing normally involves food and drink. So you either have to plan your whole life meticulously to be able to go out and eat and drink and make yourself look normal when really you've like compensated like a mad thing around it. Or you just have to flat out avoid doing it because there'll be food or drink there. So you make excuses, you lie about what you're doing, you hide away from people, because socializing isn't conducive with anorexia. Like, you can't follow your routines and rituals and eat your special safe foods or do the activity and exercise that you want to be doing in a day. Like, anorexia or eating disorders are such an isolating thing that you just do on your own, and they're not flexible or fun or spontaneous, or, oh, I'll just go out for a drink and a burger with my pals or meet a friend for cake and coffee. Like, no, because it's all rigid and routined and planned out and calculated for. So yeah, you have such a like regimented, controlled life with an eating disorder that you just can't like entertain socializing or fit it into your eating disordered schedule. So I kind of found at first when I was getting ill and when I've had relapses over the last 15 years, at first I like want to be on my own, and I would lie and avoid social situations because I almost like enjoyed doing my own little things and eating in my own way and having my food laid out and eating at the right time. Like, I got buzzes from it, or I felt safe doing it. It was like I wanted to be doing it. And I'd feel this little like win if I got to do it, like, yes, well done, you've missed out on cake with a friend. But then kind of over time, like the years add up and you miss out on more and more things, and you kind of are living Groundhog Day. Like, you're just doing the same routines and rituals and behaviours over and over again, and your friends are moving on and having new experiences and jobs and relationships and, I don't know, maybe babies and houses and going to uni and travelling, and the amount of times you're turning them down, it starts to add up, and like their lives move on and change, and then you get these realizations like, shit, my life's actually just stayed the same. I'm still just doing my tightly controlled eating disorder life. So for me, it kind of feels like every time I say no to people and push them away, I'm building like a wall around myself that's like locking me and anorexia in. And occasionally something will like break through that wall and like slip into my awareness of the things that I'm missing out on. So I don't know, like it's a friend's birthday and I know there's going to be cake there, so I'll make an excuse about why I can't go. And then it will slip in like, you've just missed out on doing something with a friend, or you feel guilty as well, like they wanted you to be there. Maybe it's a member of your family, they wanted you to be there and you've let them down again because food's more important to you once again than being with your family at a birthday party. This is really horrible, sorry, but like, let's be real, this is what happens. So I would get these experiences where I'd like realise what I'm missing out on, and then sometimes anorexia would still win, to be honest. It would still trump missing out on my family, and I'd still get that, but don't worry, you've missed out on calories, you've still done the right thing. And I genuinely hold on to like, I'm a bit gutted, but never mind, I've missed my food, I've missed my calories, well done, Meg. Fuck, that's so sad, isn't it? But that's also not always the case. Like, sometimes something would break through my shield and I would genuinely like be hurt by it. Like, I'd see someone going to uni and I hadn't gone, or getting married or having a baby or something, and those real like shocking moments where you think, shit, like my life has not changed and these people are moving on. I actually feel like I'm gonna get emotional doing this, but it's always been one of the missing out's always been a really big motivation in my recovery. So I admitted myself to hospital when I was 19, and it was because I was watching my friends go to uni, and my brother and sister as well. They're younger, like 3 and 6 years younger than me. I was watching them grow up and thinking, oh my God, I'm their older sister and they're overtaking me in their life experiences. And it does hurt. Like, you glimpse reality and you're thinking, I don't want to be isolated anymore. Like, I actually don't want to miss out. I can't justify this through, oh, well, I've missed calories anymore. Like, there's no little like, woohoo, win left. There is just the straight up facts of they've gone to uni, they've gone traveling, they've got a house, had a baby, got married, whatever, and I'm missing out. It really does isolate you. Like, what you justify at first, or you want to do, you make excuses, I'm going to avoid friends, blah, blah, blah. Like, over time, it builds and builds, and you miss out more and more, and then you just think, how have I done this to myself? Like, how have I built this world up that I'm in the middle of? And it is isolating and lonely. And also with time, like, you do lose relationships and you've pushed friends away, and if I go out for dinner with someone, I'm not really listening to what they're talking about. Like, you don't have such deep relationships with the people around you. So it's not just gonna fix, like, it takes time to build it all up again. I think something that's always helped me when I've been coming out of relapses or had this realization of like, shit, I've shut myself off again, is like trying to open up to people. And not everybody, but at least just find like one person, a good friend or a partner, parent, sibling, or just somebody you know, like someone who's a nice person, and telling them, because anorexia like thrives off just having you to itself. So opening up's a really big deal, like letting a person in. And it's shit scary, because I always have this experience of like, if I'm gonna tell someone about being ill or what I'm doing, or like admit that I'm struggling, I feel like that's a threat, like they're a risk to me. I feel like that person's then gonna like steal my eating disorder away from me. Oh, it's so messed up, isn't it? Because I'm just saying I wanna get rid of it, but then you feel threatened when you let someone in. But I don't know if it's like there's something in the back of your mind that's like, oh, but what if one day you'll regret this? You do still need your eating disorder. Like, it's all the ambivalence. It's like, I feel like letting someone in's a risk, because this wall around you has kind of kept you safe. Like, it's fucked up and it does destroy your life really, but like at the same time it gives you something to cling on to and make you feel safe. So anyway, letting someone in and telling them like, I kind of want to get out of this little walled box or whatever now and like be in the world with you, like, it's really scary is what I'm trying to say. It is scary to open up. But it is really important, like that sense in you that only you know how to run your life and sort it all out, and you do need the food to be controlled and blah, 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 and you can't trust someone else and they'll take it away from you, they'll make you gain weight, blah, blah, blah. Like, how's that working out? In all honesty, like, it's a trick. It literally is a trick. Like, it tricks you into missing lunch with a friend and cake with a friend, whatever. Like, well done, you've missed out your calories. But it's bullshit. Like, you don't look back on your life and think, oh, thank God I missed all of those birthdays or didn't go out with my friends and family. That's all missed memories and relationships. Like, you're never going to look back on a missed calorie with fondness. But you do look back on missed experiences, relationships, memories with regret. I'm not trying to be negative. I am just trying to like point out the reality of it. Certainly in my experience, like, isolation's a big part of getting ill, and it's also always been a big motivator for me to want a different life and to want to break out of my little walled bubble into the world. If you look at that Minnesota starvation experiment, like, healthy, normal, sociable men who were put on a restrictive diet and forced to lose weight isolated themselves. They shut off from the world. They turned in on themselves. They hoarded cookbooks and they just wanted to like look at their meal plans all the time and obsess over food. Like, it's not just in you inherently, or it's not just because of anorexia. Like, a lot of it is just due to starvation and being malnourished. I really hope this hasn't been too intense or like depressing, but I just think it is a really real part of eating disorders. And yeah, recovery is not all just like your hair's growing back and look at my fancy porridge and carrot cake and whatever. Like, it's a real part of the illness, and hopefully it is just motivation to not spend any more months or years of your life how you've been spending however long you've been ill, because it's not too late. Like, you're not too sick or too disconnected or too isolated or too boring or whatever it is like you maybe will think in your head. Just because you've spent however many months and years like locking away in anorexia, like, that's shit. Use that as the motivation. Like, if you've hated that time, don't think, oh well, then I'll just keep doing it. Like, no, use that motivation to like to break out of it, gain weight, get more comfortable with food, get some more mental space so that you're in a place where you can contemplate having friends or being around people, whatever. Anyway, I'll hopefully have another video lined up to post next weekend, and hopefully I'll keep being active on Instagram, which will be a bit more real time. And I can keep chatting in the comments below and on Instagram. And lots of love, and speak to you soon.